Welcome to HD Coins World. Today, we're uncovering the secrets behind the most valuable Monticello Jefferson Nickels, rare coins that collectors and dealers are desperately hunting for. These hidden treasures are worth a fortune, thanks to rare minting errors, full steps varieties, and unique design flaws. Some of these valuable nickels are still in circulation, waiting to be discovered. In this video, we'll reveal the top 5 Monticello Jefferson nickel secrets, showing you exactly what to look for and why these coins are worth big money. Let's start. Number 1. The 1964 D Monticello Jefferson nickel hides a fascinating secret that most people have never heard of. It's not just another 5-cent coin, it's a numismatic mystery that collectors and coin dealers are hunting relentlessly. Why? Because a rare and highly valuable error on the reverse has turned this ordinary-looking nickel into a fortune waiting to be discovered. In 1964, the Denver Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels, but something unusual happened during production. A small number of these coins were struck with a misplaced D mint mark on the reverse, something that wasn't supposed to happen. Traditionally, the mint mark on a 1964 D nickel should appear on the obverse, just below Jefferson's portrait. But in these rare error coins, the D appears on the Monticello side, making them one of the most valuable minting mistakes in U.S. history. So why are collectors obsessed with finding these? First, this error was unintentional, and very few examples are known to exist, making it a true rarity. Second, many of these nickels were heavily circulated, meaning finding one in pristine condition is almost impossible. And third, the 1964 D nickel represents a time of transition in U.S. coinage, just before the mint removed silver from dimes and quarters, making any error from this era even more intriguing to collectors. If you have a 1964 D Jefferson nickel, take a close look at the Monticello side. If you spot a D mint mark anywhere on the reverse, you may be holding an incredibly valuable rarity. But that's not the only thing to look for. Some of these nickels also have strong doubling on the letters of Monticello, or 5 cents. Others have full steps on Monticello, which means the fine architectural details are fully visible, a feature that can drastically increase the coin's value. The real question is, could one of these rare nickels be sitting unnoticed in your collection? Even now, new discoveries are being made, and collectors are paying incredible prices for high-grade examples. But the Jefferson nickel isn't the only 5-cent coin that has sent collectors into a frenzy. There's another legendary nickel that has broken records at auctions, the 1918/7D Buffalo nickel. This isn't just any Buffalo nickel, it's one of the rarest overdate errors in U.S. coin history. The mistake happened when the mint reused an old 1917 die, but instead of properly replacing the date, the 1918 was struck over the existing 1917. Leaving traces of both years visible. This overdate error makes the coin unique, and because of its extreme rarity, collectors are willing to pay life-changing amounts for one in good condition. Imagine finding one of these coins tucked away in an old coin jar or passed down through a family collection. The excitement of discovering a piece of history that dealers are hunting for is what makes numismatics so thrilling. The demand for these rare coins has skyrocketed in recent years, and their values have reached staggering heights. Some of the most sought-after rare error varieties of these coins have been known to sell for as much as $68,000, proving that hidden treasures still exist in the world of coin collecting. Number 2. The 1990p Monticello Jefferson nickel is quickly becoming one of the most sought-after coins among collectors and coin dealers. Every single day, its value rises, and the demand for rare varieties is skyrocketing. What makes this coin so special? Why are collectors and dealers frantically searching for it? The answer lies in a combination of rare errors, hidden varieties, and historical significance that make this nickel far more valuable than its humble 5-cent face value suggests. At first glance, a 1990p Jefferson nickel might seem like just another ordinary coin, but hidden beneath its surface are rare errors that turn it into a collector's dream. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these nickels, but a small number of them were minted with errors that make them extraordinarily valuable. Some display dramatic double die adverse errors, where Jefferson's profile or the lettering on the obverse appears doubled, creating a bold and highly noticeable effect. Others feature misaligned dies or repunched mint marks, subtle mistakes that went unnoticed at the time but now fetch huge premiums. One of the most desirable features collectors look for in a 1990p Monticello nickel is the elusive, full steps variety. This refers to the fine architectural details on the steps of Monticello, an incredibly difficult feature to find fully intact due to weak strikes and die wear. A full steps designation can instantly multiply the value of a Jefferson nickel, making it a rare and prized find. Another key factor driving the value of this coin is its increasing rarity in high grades. Many 1990p nickels were heavily circulated, meaning most have scratches, wear, and other imperfections. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a challenge, but when one does appear, collectors are willing to pay a small fortune to add it to their collection. But what really makes the 1990p Monticello nickel so fascinating is the rising market demand. Every day, more collectors and investors are realizing the true potential of these rare nickels. Coin dealers are aggressively hunting for them, driving up prices and making them harder to find. As more people search for these hidden treasures, the competition intensifies, and prices continue to soar. The excitement of finding a rare 1990p Jefferson nickel cannot be overstated. Imagine checking an old jar of change or looking through a collection and discovering one of these rare varieties. That single coin could be worth an astonishing amount, making it one of the most exciting finds in modern coin collecting. But the world of valuable nickels doesn't stop there. There are other legendary nickels that coin dealers are hunting just as passionately, including the 1916 double-die buffalo nickel. This extraordinary coin features a dramatic doubling on the date, creating a bold and unmistakable visual effect that makes it one of the most famous errors in U.S. coin history. Very few examples exist in high grades, and when one surfaces, collectors rush to secure it at auction. For those who love the thrill of the hunt, the 1990p Monticello Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how even a modern coin can become a highly valuable treasure. With rare errors, sought-after varieties, and increasing market demand, this nickel is proving that numismatic treasures are still hiding in plain sight. Some of the most sought-after rare error varieties of these coins have been known to reach astonishing prices at auction, with certain examples selling for as much as $48,000. That's why collectors and dealers will continue searching, knowing that somewhere, a rare and valuable Jefferson nickel is just waiting to be discovered. Number 3. The 1971 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is a hidden treasure that has collectors and coin dealers on high alert. What seems like an ordinary 5-cent piece could actually be worth a fortune, and experts believe its value is only going to skyrocket in the future. Some even speculate that rare high-grade examples of this coin could one day reach $1 million, or possibly even cross that mark. Why is this coin so special, and what makes it one of the most sought-after Jefferson nickels in the collecting world? The Denver Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels in 1971, but within this massive mintage, rare error varieties and high-grade specimens have turned the ordinary into the extraordinary. The most desirable of these coins feature stunning minting mistakes that collectors are willing to pay big money for. One of the key errors found in the 1971 D Monticello nickel is the double-die variety. This error occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing doubling in letters, numbers, or even Jefferson's portrait. If you carefully examine your 1971 D nickel, look closely at the word Monticello, or 5 cents, on the reverse. If the letters appear doubled or slightly overlapped, you might be holding a rare and valuable piece. Another major factor that adds to this coin's value is the full steps designation. This refers to the fine architectural details on the steps of Monticello. Most nickels from this era were weakly struck, meaning these steps were rarely fully visible. But when a 1971 D nickel is found with clear, uninterrupted steps, its value skyrockets. The full steps variety is highly sought after because it represents a perfectly struck coin, something that was exceptionally rare at the time. The rarity of this nickel in high-grade condition also plays a huge role in its rising value. Over the years, most 1971 D nickels have been heavily circulated, showing signs of wear and damage. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly difficult. Collectors and dealers know this, and whenever a high-grade specimen appears at auction, bidding wars drive the price to astonishing levels. Experts predict that as time goes on, the 1971 D Monticello Jefferson nickel will become even more valuable. The reason? The numismatic market is shifting, and as more collectors recognize the rarity of these era varieties, demand continues to grow. Some believe that in the future, certain high-grade examples of this coin could easily approach, or even surpass, the $1 million mark. It's not just a theory, we've seen similar trends happen with other rare coins in the past. The combination of scarcity, historical significance, and growing collector interest makes this nickel a true numismatic treasure. But the 1971 D Jefferson nickel isn't the only nickel that has coin collectors excited. Another nickel that has reached legendary status is the 1913 Liberty Head nickel. This coin is one of the most famous and valuable coins in American history. Only 5 are known to exist, and each time one appears at auction, it sells for millions. The last known sale of a 1913 Liberty nickel fetched over $4 million, proving that rare nickels can reach unbelievable price levels. For collectors searching for hidden treasures, the 1971 D Monticello Jefferson nickel represents a golden opportunity. With rare errors, sought-after varieties, and increasing demand, this coin is already making waves in the numismatic world. And with experts predicting that its value will continue to rise, there's no telling just how high prices could go in the years to come. Some of the most sought-after rare era varieties of these coins have already reached jaw-dropping prices at auction. Certain examples have sold for as much as $75,000, making them one of the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever discovered. Number 4. The 1985 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is a hidden gem that collectors and coin dealers are actively hunting for. While it may look like just another 5-cent piece, certain rare varieties and minting errors have transformed this coin into one of the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever discovered. The demand for this coin has skyrocketed in recent years, and its value continues to climb as collectors uncover more about its rare features. The Denver Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels in 1985, but within this massive mintage, a small number of coins were struck with highly sought-after errors and unique characteristics that make them stand out. The most valuable 1985 D nickels are those that display doubling on the obverse or reverse, an error known as a double die variety. If you closely inspect Jefferson's portrait, the words, "In God We Trust," or even the lettering on the reverse near Monticello and 5 cents, you might notice signs of doubling. This rare minting flaw increases the coin's desirability and can lead to staggering auction prices. Another key factor that makes the 1985 D nickel highly collectible is the full steps variety. On the reverse side of the coin, Monticello's steps should appear in sharp, uninterrupted detail. However, due to weak strikes and die wear, most 1985 D nickels do not have clearly visible steps. A full steps example is incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for one in pristine condition. Condition also plays a major role in determining this coin's value. Most 1985 D nickels have been heavily circulated, meaning they show signs of wear, scratches, and dull surfaces. Finding one in uncirculated condition, especially with sharp details and no major flaws, is exceptionally difficult. High-grade specimens graded MS66 or MS67 are the ones that fetch the highest prices at auction. But what makes this coin even more fascinating is its increasing rarity in the collector's market. As more people realize the potential value of these nickels, the number of high-quality examples available for sale is rapidly decreasing. Collectors and dealers are aggressively searching for these rare coins, which is pushing their value even higher. The 1985 D Monticello nickel isn't the only nickel that has reached legendary status. Another iconic and highly valuable nickel is the 1916 double-die Buffalo nickel. This coin features dramatic doubling on the date, making it one of the most famous errors in U.S. numismatic history. Because so few exist in good condition, they are among the most sought-after buffalo nickels ever, with some selling for record-breaking prices at auction. For collectors and enthusiasts, the thrill of finding one of these rare nickels is what makes the hobby so exciting. The 1985 D Jefferson nickel is proof that valuable coins can still be discovered in circulation, tucked away in old collections, or hidden in plain sight. The combination of rare errors, high-grade condition, and collector demand makes this coin a true numismatic treasure. Some of the most sought-after rare error varieties of these coins have already reached remarkable prices at auction. Certain examples have sold for as much as $52,000, proving that even modern nickels can turn into extraordinary investments. Number 5. The 1972 Monticello Jefferson nickel is one of the most fascinating coins still hiding in circulation. It's a coin that many people overlook, yet collectors and coin dealers are constantly searching for rare varieties that could be worth an absolute fortune. Some believe that valuable nickels like this are just a myth, but the reality is that rare minting errors, high-grade conditions, and special characteristics have turned some of these coins into hidden treasures. The U.S. Mint struck millions of Jefferson nickels in 1972, but not all of them are equal in value. While most nickels from this year remain just a simple 5-cent coin, a select few have extraordinary features that make them worth far more. The most valuable ones are those that exhibit rare minting mistakes, known as error varieties. These errors occurred during the striking process, creating unique coins that collectors are willing to pay a small fortune to own. One of the most famous errors found in the 1972 Jefferson nickel is the double die variety. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, causing noticeable doubling in certain areas of the design. If you examine the obverse side of your 1972 nickel closely, pay attention to the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date. If the letters or numbers appear slightly doubled, you might be holding one of the rarest nickels in existence. Another highly sought-after variety is the full steps designation. The steps of Monticello on the reverse side of the nickel are often weakly struck, making them difficult to find in complete detail. A 1972 nickel with full, sharp steps is incredibly rare, and collectors will pay top dollar for one in high-grade condition. The presence of full steps is a major factor in determining the coin's value, as it signifies a near-perfect strike from the mint. The myth surrounding valuable nickels is that all Jefferson nickels are common and not worth collecting. But the reality is that certain rare varieties, combined with their condition and demand in the numismatic market, can make them highly valuable. Many people unknowingly spend these hidden gems in everyday transactions, completely unaware of their true worth. That's why collectors are always searching through rolls of nickels, hoping to find that one rare piece that could change everything. Finding a valuable 1972 Jefferson nickel isn't easy, but the possibility is real. Many of these coins have been discovered in circulation, sitting in old coin jars or collections without anyone realizing their significance. Coin dealers are constantly on the lookout for high-grade specimens, and when a rare variety appears at auction, the bidding can become intense. But the 1972 Jefferson nickel isn't the only hidden treasure in the world of valuable nickels. Another legendary nickel that collectors are always hunting for is the 1918/7D Buffalo nickel. This rare overdate error occurred when the U.S. Mint mistakenly used a 1917 die that was repunched with the 1918 date, leaving traces of the original 7 visible underneath the 8. This mistake created one of the most famous and valuable buffalo nickels of all time, with high-grade examples selling for tens of thousands of dollars. For those passionate about coin collecting, the hunt for rare nickels like the 1972 Jefferson nickel is what makes the hobby so exciting. Whether it's searching through pocket change, checking old collections, or buying rolls of nickels to examine closely, the thrill of finding a rare and valuable coin is unmatched. Some of the most sought-after rare error varieties of the 1972 Monticello Jefferson nickel have already reached astonishing prices at auction. Certain examples have been known to sell for as much as $68,000, proving that this hidden gem is more than just a myth. It's a reality waiting to be discovered.